Hello everybody and welcome back to another Pokemon Challenge video. This is a first for me. We're making things a little bit different. I don't actually know what the title's going to be. We're kind of doing like a copycat gym challenge. We're basically beating each gym leader at their own game. I'm not including Kanto for this, I'm obviously only including Johto. I'm basically copying the gym leader. I am going to pick a random starter, but I am not going to use that starter. I might not use that starter. I might. I'm not thinking about it ahead. I should be thinking more ahead. Let's use Falkner because he's the first gym leader, for example. He has 2 Pokemon. That is also a rule. I'll get into the rules properly later on. So we're only going to use 2 Pokemon maximum. We don't have to use the same amount as what they've got, but whatever their maximum is will be our maximum as well. And then because he's got his hype is flying. Obviously they're both normal type Pokemon that he uses, but it's a flying gym. We can only use flying type Pokemon. I've only just thought of the idea about 5 minutes ago. I'm kind of just running with it now. For the first gym, I can only get the first gym badge if a Pidgey, Pidgeotto, Pidgeot, a Hoot, a Noctowl, a Zubat, a Golbat, Crobat. And then obviously like for the next gym, so for Bugsy for example, I can only use bug Pokemon, and because he's only got 3 Pokemon, I can only use a maximum of 3 bug Pokemon to beat his gym. It's going to take me a long time to actually record this video, guys, because I'm going to be constantly changing my team. It's not as if it's just going to be a solo run. So basically, yeah, I don't think we're actually going to be using any of the starter Pokemon. Here are the rules. Hello, just jumping in really quickly while I edited. Rules are very basic for this run. I did cheat in the run because I needed a Caterpie. I got a Game Shark code to spawn in a Caterpie because I really needed one. It was nighttime and I didn't want to wait till the next day. The clock's based on like real time. No items in battle except Pokeballs to catch HM Pokemon, and in this case other Pokemon that I'm going to be using for different gyms. I can use held items. I can only use the same type of Pokemon that the gym leaders are using. I've just finished editing Wooper Challenge today, like literally half an hour ago. Gold is still pretty fresh in my mind, but like I did say in that video, Gold is not one of my strongest regions. Like Johto isn't the strongest region for me. I'm a Pokemon Red, Fire Red Core. Cut me some slack if I forget anything. I do apologise in advance. For each Pokemon that I use for the gym leaders, I'm going to deposit after I've used them. Obviously, not after I've used them, but like when I get to the next gym, I'm going to change it up. They're going to go into the box, like the PC, and then I'll use a randomizer number code thing to pick out my team of 6 of like out of the Pokemon that I've got, and then those 6 Pokemon will carry me through to the Elite Four. This is the reason why I picked nighttime, because there's a Hoot, and obviously the first gym is flying type Pokemon, so I wanted to catch a Hoot. I normally call it a Hoot, but there's a T in the middle, so I'm trying to pronounce my letters a bit better. There's a Hoot. Newt. Hoot, go Newt. So yeah, a little bit of I'm gonna leave and then I'm gonna tell you what my plan is, and then I'm gonna go and do it off screen. There's no rules on what level. At first I was gonna cap it at I could only be the levels of what the gym leaders were, but no, I'm not gonna do that. But we're not copying. I was gonna do like same Pokemon, same level, same moves, but I thought that's really difficult because like say when it comes to Whitney, if I want to get a milk tank, I've got to wait till I get to like near Olivine City to get a milk tank. This is where it's going to be interesting for you guys, because obviously normally in a solo run, you just see me using the same Pokemon all the time. I'm not going to tell you each Pokemon that I'm going to be using for each gym. I'm just going to rock up to the gym and then I'll show you before. So I can basically use any Pokemon that I want in between gyms, like to catch other Pokemon. So basically I've got this Cyndaquil, so I could save this Cyndaquil fight for the 5th gym and use it to go and catch another Pokemon if I wanted to. Not gonna, but I will see you when we get to Falkner, and I have 2 flying type Pokemon. Obviously, I've already told you that I want a Newt Hoot. The other Pokemon will be a mystery. I completely forgot that obviously in this gen we name our rival later on. We're having Ed. Good old Ed Sheeran. He's technically got like red gingery hair. I didn't really think at all of how long it would actually take to train multiple Pokemon. This is Falkner's team. He's got a Pidgey and he's got a Pidgeotto. Still don't know how they managed to get a level 9 Pidgeotto. Hacking. That was supposed to be like the conspiracy theory. I don't think we'll be able to do this first try. We're only using one of the Pokemon for one thing, and that's not attacking. But I want all the comments, guys. As you're watching the video, when we get to each gym member, I want you to comment on what Pokemon you think I'm going to use. So the 2 Pokemon that we are going to be using, a Zubat and a Hoot. But Alanis the Zubat at level 8. And the reason I picked the name Alanis was because at first I was trying to think of a female, like I was going to call him Dracula, but then I realised that it was female, so obviously I couldn't. What kind of blood-sucking names could I give it? But then I was like thinking about like, oh, life. I mean, it could, like, life sucks the, like, just living sometimes sucks the life force out of me. So then I was thinking along the lines of like Mother Nature. I could do the opposite. I could do something that like sucks the sadness out instead of the good stuff. Alanis Morissette. So this is going to show my age a little bit. A lot of her music came out just before I was born. Couldn't get a Sparrow, and then I thought, oh, I'll get a Pidgey. But then I couldn't find a Pidgey, and I don't know if it's because it's nighttime. Trying Supersonic and then switch. Zubat learns, I think it's Bite at level 12. A Bite of 86, or was it 87? Thinking of Five Nights at Freddy's there. So yeah, I did struggle battling some of the like the 2 trainers that you get before getting to Falconer, so I am a little bit nervous, but either way, we are, like, who I mean is normal flying type, so we should get stab on Peck and Tackle. And I can't remember, I think Peck and Tackle are both base power 35. So in fact I might go with Tackle, because yeah, that actually worked. I was going to go with Peck, but then obviously Falconer's both Pokemon are flying type, so they're going to resist flying in a sense. And then we go back to Pingu. And then we tackle. And then we tackle. And then we tackle. And there we go. We go to level 9, not that it matters. And with that we get the... Oh, I'm trying to think of how Google pronounced the badge. Zephy? Zephy. The Zephy badge. I'm just going to call it the Zephy badge. There's currently no rule saying that I can, if I wanted to, evolve Pingu into Noctowl, and then I could technically, when we get to Whitney, to Crybaby, I could technically use Noctowl in the normal gym if I wanted to, because it's still normal type. So at the beginning of the challenge I said no cheats, but if you've watched my forest video, which I don't think you would have, but I did something the same in the forest that was beneficial towards the video. I made it nighttime to begin with straight away just so I could get a Hoot Hoot. And now I'm paying for that because one of the Pokemon that I wanted to catch for try and beat Bugsy with is only morning and daytime. But I've been a bit naughty. I thought I'd not wait until tomorrow just to get this one Pokemon to be able to progress. So Caterpies aren't available at nighttime. So just like I said, every single time that I use a cheat, I'd like to be on it. Or anytime I'm doing something a bit sus, I like to be very open and honest with you all. This is Bugsy's team. Bugsy has 3 Pokemon. He's got a Metapod, a Kakuna, and a Scyther. Go watch my Scyther video, link it below. Go comment below now which Pokemon you think I would have used. So I went with a Butters, a Butterfree. Nicknamed it Butters from South Park because I couldn't think of a nickname. I haven't watched South Park in years, by the way, so if it's become offensive, I apologise. Next up is Ellie, a level 13 Paris. Doesn't really know many good moves. Well, it knows Stun Spore and Poison Powder now, but it's not very good. I nicknamed it Ellie because of the mushrooms. I was thinking of The Last of Us. Please don't spoil it below. I've not seen the TV show. A level 13 Tom Spinnerack. So I called it Tom because it reminds me of a little creepy spider. I was thinking of Spider-Man. Tom Holland is my favourite, simply because he's British. Obviously I'm British, if you'd not noticed already. I've been training on bugs. This isn't complaining, by the way, I'm just saying it's hard to train a bug Pokemon on a bug Pokemon, if that makes sense. The plan of action is, because I've practiced obviously off screen, I simply put Metapod to sleep when I can, and then I just knock it out. Eventually. There we go. Because I'm trying to keep as much HP on Butters as I can for Scyther, because I've not defeated Scyther yet. Obviously, I nearly defeated Scyther. We put Kakuna to sleep. Kakuna is part poison, so it's weak to our confusion. Instant critical hit, nice. We live up to level 16. Obviously, I've not got this far yet. And then what we do is, I can't remember who got Poison Powder. In fact, I can't look. I thought I could do that thing. I'm going to Poison Powder. And then try and deter the Fury Cutter, because if I get to Butters with a full Fury Cutter, I'm a little bit screwed. So that was what, 3? I think it can take 5. So I'm hoping it will miss 4. And then 5, I think that was the last one. So hopefully it should have reset. So fingers crossed. fingers crossed we lose. Put him to sleep, so he can't build up his Fury Cutter. And then hopefully confuse him with confusion. Put him back to sleep, don't want that Fury Cutter. Confuse him again. Actually get confusion, please. Thank you. That's never happened before. I've never asked for something and then got it straight away. That's been beneficial. And then with that, we knock out the Scyther with... I forgot that he sent it out wrong. We've still got the Kakuna. Watch it, we'll just one shot, yeah. There we go. Okay, there we go. And then with that, we beat Bugsy, only using bug Pokemon. And we get the Hive Badge. And next up is something that I am not looking forward to, because next up is a little crybaby, whingy, Mori child. With Whitney as well, she's only got 2 Pokemon, so I can only use 2 Pokemon. I'm going to do a music jump in segment. I am not ashamed to admit this. I like her music. I am listening to a song called Jolene by Dolly Parton. This is Whitney's team. She has 2 Pokemon, Clefairy level 18 and Milk Tank at level 20. Comment below which Pokemon you think I'm going to be using for Whitney's gym. If you pick Stantler, then you was right. We've got a Stantler, guys. I had to go north of Goldenrod to find it, because I was going to get a Rattata, because it's got Hyper Fang, but then I didn't want it, and then obviously I didn't want to use Hoot Hoot Noot Noot Pingu, because obviously I'd already used Hoot Hoot earlier, so I wanted something different. I've nicknamed it Troy. The moves that we've got so far, Headbutt, Hypnosis, Tackle, and Leer. The idea is, go straight into Clefairy, knock it out with Headbutt, get to the little cow, Milk Tank, and put it to sleep so it can't use its rollout on us. That wasn't a Oko, but that doesn't really bother me. So put it to sleep straight away. There, that negates its rollout. And we've got a stab on Headbutt because we're obviously normal type and Headbutt's normal type as well. And there we go. There was nothing to be scared about. There's a plain badge from a plain person. Morty is next, if I remember rightly. Yeah, it's nighttime, so I can quite easily get some Ghastlies. Mischievous can only be found in Mount Silver. It's looking like we're going to go in with like multiple Haunters at this point. I'm going to nickname them 1, 2, 3, and 4, because I can't think of 4 creative different names. Hello, editor, I'm just jumping in really quick. Sorry if I'm talking quick, because I want to keep it short. This next part of the video, the footage from here to me defeating Jasmine got corrupted. So to get around that, it was still playable, the video, but I couldn't import it to DaVinci. I used OBS to record the video, so I'd have a separate video that was uncorrupted. So the file is a little bit... you can't really tell much, but I can tell personally, so I do apologise. But I'll let you know when we're back to normal footage. Okay, bye. It's time for Morty's gym. Morty's 4 Pokemon are a level 21 Ghastly, level 21 Haunter, another Haunter at level 23, and then finally a Gengar at level 25. We've got 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 is my main go-to Pokemon. Obviously, they're all Haunters now. So we go in, we put it to sleep, we miss, we get cursed. I am not dealing with that, so I'm sacrificing one of the weaker. And I get paralyzed, which is unfortunate, but we are going to be sacrificing later on. And I'm paralyzed. And I knock it out. And then the Haunter I'll use, I probably should just sacrifice this one. I'll curse this one, knock myself out, use 3, put it to sleep, I get cursed, I switch out for 2, and, oh, this isn't the one with Lick. Lick would have been great there. And then I put it to sleep, and then it faints. And then, oh, Gengar's coming out, so we want the sacrifice. So if I curse him straight away, curse him straight away. He uses Shadow Ball. I don't have any good Pokemon to sacrifice now. I ideally don't want to sacrifice this one. Put it to sleep. And then Nightshade. And then Nightshade. And then that's the strongest Pokemon gone. And then we put it to sleep. I probably don't even have to curse it. I can just Nightshade it. Nightshade again. And then final Nightshade. And we defeat Morty with 2 Haunters left. And we actually sacrificed the ones that I wanted to sacrifice. With that, we gain the Fog Badge. When I was headbutting trees earlier, I managed to get another Pokemon, which ideally I wanted for a gym previously. But I've kind of been semi-thinking ahead of like how to make it a little bit different and change it up a little bit. So I've got another Pokemon that I managed to get from a tree, and Chuck's Pokemon are like just below level 30 or level 30. I've got a quick question for you guys. I'm going to try and get it right first time. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I don't know, let's ask Chuck. This is Chuck's team. He's got 2 Pokemon, which means that we can only have 2 Pokemon. His main type is fighting. He's got a Primeape and a Poliwrath. I kind of threw you a little curveball earlier. I don't know if I included it or not, but when I was in my PC, saw a Drowsy, and I was going to trade it. Originally, the plan was I was going to trade it for from in the Celadon, not the Celadon, Goldenrod City, in the shopping centre thing to get a Machop that was going to evolve into a Machoke. But then I looked at the base stats for the 3 Pokemon that I could potentially use. Machoke was not the best, so curveball. The team that I am using, ignore the HM, I was going to deposit it, but then I realised that I needed to use strength. I've got my own Primeape at level 33 called Louis. Didn't know what to call it, I was just thinking of King Louis from Jungle Book, so we've got Louis. He's obviously a pure fighting type. Karate Chop, Fury Swipe, Slow Kick, Scratch. Moves aren't great. Dario. It's a Heracross. This is what I was talking about earlier when I was headbutting trees. Doesn't know any bug type moves. And there was one fighting type move, Counter, that obviously counters its attack back. I nicknamed it Dario because I couldn't think of a nickname at the time, and I was thinking about Game of Thrones. You know, Dario. I don't know his second name. I'm not feeling confident. Straight away, we're going off on the Primate battle to see who's the best. We'll just go for Karate Chop. We get a critical hit. No way. Obviously, clearly my Primeape is superior. And then we've got Poliwrath. I'm gonna go for a counter, and I wish I didn't. No, I'm just gonna stop that because he's gonna keep. Yeah, he's gonna do that. You can't get flinch on Horn Attack. I was basically trying to knock myself out because I wanted to switch into Louis, but I didn't want to lose too much HP. And oh, okay. There we go. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. And with that, it's a Storm Badge. We get the Storm Badge. Haunter and Troy are literally carrying this run, I feel like, so far. The next gym, if I remember rightly, is the Steel one. Here it is. I am petrified because there's not many Steel type Pokemon that you can get. There's a Magnemite, but like I said, I don't want to. I've just used, obviously, I'm getting a bit bored of using like the same Pokemon. Obviously, the whole idea was to use the same type against them, but not the same Pokemon. For Haunters, Primate, there's going to be a Magnemite at least. I can't get a Steelix. She's got 3 Pokemon, so I can have a maximum of 3 Pokemon if I want to. Oh, hello, fancy seeing you guys here. I've got the Pokemon that I've got, and the Pokemon that I have got is a BD, a Josh, and a Dante. BD is a Magneton, level 36 Magneton. I have 2 of the same Pokemon. You're probably wondering why, but one's called Josh, only because I was listening to 21 Pilots and I couldn't think of a name. The moves we know are Headbutt, Bide, Self-Destruct, and Strength. The difference is this one's at level 39. Call it Dante. Call it Dante because if you know about Dante's Inferno and all that kind of stuff, then you'd understand why I leveled it up to level 39, because I wanted it to learn Explosion, because it is basically the same as what I use those 2 Haunters for Morty. It's basically the sacrifice. It's basically sacrificing itself to go down into the layers of hell, because I need something that will hit hard against Steelix. This is Jasmine's team. She's got 2 level 30 Magnemites. She's got a level 35 Steelix. I don't know if I mentioned I called Magneton BD because it had a BDI, and then I was thinking of Wires and BD from the Hunger Games movie. I really don't think this will be a first time try win. I do think it'll be like a information gathering kind of battle, just to learn, just to see what I can do. So if I confuse it, it doesn't work. I get paralyzed straight away, and I get confused. I see what kind of battle it's going to be.
2,000 years later.
I know what to do, in a sense. So, Supersonic, you get... I need to put like a paralyzed berry on or something. And I still didn't look at... Oh my god. These Magnemites are really annoying. So if I just strength you, and of course for paralyzed, I didn't want to use my Fortresses for the Magnemites because I just don't want to get paralyzed. It's too much effort This was the good one as well. I shouldn't have. I should have switched. I'm gonna bide. I'm probably gonna get. I'm gonna miss with paralyze. I'm just gonna get knocked out. Okay, never mind. So for bide with you, bide. Nothing's happening because he keeps missing, and of course he starts hitting when I'm not using bide, and he gets a critical, and we knock it out without even using an explosion. So you know what that means. If we outspeed, bye bye. Dante came in for the win, and with that we get the mineral badge. Next gym, I think it's Price, the ice gym leader. Yeah, it. I don't remember what I was talking about, but when I noticed it froze, because I stopped straight away because I thought I need to fix this now. But what I was saying that I remember now actually about the ice gym, I wanted a Lapras because it's water ice and Lapras is really strong, and Price has got a Pillar Slime which is ice ground, so it'd been great to have a Lapras, but unfortunately, because it is, what day is it? It's Monday in game, it's not Friday, so the Lapras doesn't spawn. The only other ideas that I had, I wanted a certain Pokemon that was on Seaform Island, I think it's called. I can't remember, it's basically behind a whirlpool. So then my backup idea was to go into the ice cave which is east of Mahogany Town. Can't remember if I can access it until after I've defeated the gym or not. And if I can't access it till after I've beat the gym, that means that I've got no access to any ice type Pokemon at all. I'm telling you now, if I can't get a single, well, I don't care, literally, just one single ice type, I will cheat in. Probably just for the Lapras, like just one single Lapras. I won't use it. Obviously, Price has got 3 Pokemon. If I have to cheat one in, I'm only going to allow myself one because I'm cheating, so I kind of feel bad about it. This is the difference between how, when I was playing the Wooper run, the last video that I just made, I wasn't having fun when it was kind of like just button mashing, because in a solo Pokemon run, you don't really have to think, you just literally button mash, you level up a bit, you don't have to think much. Whereas this challenge, I purposely set myself this challenge, this video, because I knew full well I'd have to think on my feet, and I didn't want a plan. I didn't want to like sit down before I even hit record and map out. I did at the beginning. I did for about 10 minutes before I started recording the first bit of the video. But then I was like, no, this is boring. What's the point of having it all laid out in front of me when I can just think on my feet? And that's what makes it fun for me. Is that Will? Yes! Thank you. I can get Will. Okay, so I don't have to cheat. Actually, can I get east of here? I can't. If I can now use Whirlpool, I need to go down here. Oh. Okay. Guys, I cannot get an ice type Pokemon while I'm still recording. So that's Dugong and Seal off the cards. Cloyster, which is a spanner and a wrench because I didn't see that earlier. Jinx was another option, but if I remember rightly, Jinx is only in Ice Path. Here it is. Sneasel was a possible Pokemon that I wanted originally. Route 28 is in Kanto. Swinub and Piloswine, Ice Path, so we can't get to it. Oh, and you need a Water Stone. So if I remember rightly, in Gen 2, Bill's grandfather and Fisherman Toy on Route 34 on Crystal. I don't have Crystal. Can also be attained by Mystery Gift. The Water Stone can be obtained from Diving Treasure Hunter. We don't have Dive. Guys, I'm going to have to cheat. There is no obtainable Pokemon at all. I thought Shelder evolved by level up, but obviously it's Water Stone. Being very clear with you now, if I do potentially beat the game later on, I technically can beat the game. I'm trying to think of now if I'm classing this as a failed run. I mean, I could technically, because I can still get a Lapras on a Friday, but I'm just not, I want this run done today. I'm not going to say that I can't beat this game because Lapras is technically available, so I'm not going to say that I've failed it. I am massively overleveled. I didn't realise that I thought Price's Pokemon was like 10 levels higher. This is Price's team. A level 27 Seal, 29 Dugong, 31 Piloswine. I thought there was level 37, 39, and 41. My team is Elsie the Lapras, and I picked the name Elsie because in A Land Before Time 5, I think it is, this is me showing my age right now, there was this dinosaur that I always remember that saved them at the last minute at the perfect time, and she carried the little dinosaur kids across the ocean to get back home. The moves I have are Ice Beam, Body Slam, Sing, Confuse Ray. I do feel like we should get this Touchwood first try. So if we just put it to sleep straight away, and then we'll Body Slam it, and that's not a 1-hit KO, but it could be a range. Dugong is next, Sing it to sleep again, and then we Body Slam, and that isn't a 1-hit KO, but it is a nice half health. And then Piloswine didn't get affected by that, which is worrisome, so I'm just going to confuse it instead. We'll keep it awake, and then I'll use a Stab Ice Beam, and it didn't hit, it didn't kill it, it didn't knock it out, but it did knock itself out because it was confused, so that was probably the quickest gym I've done in this whole run so far. And with that we get the Glacier badge. My next problem is, obviously, I just fell off my chair a little bit, so I kind of was nearly deep throating the microphone there. I'm so sorry about that if I accidentally blew out the microphone a little bit. There is one Pokemon that I know of that I can get, and that is a Dratini in Goldenrod City. Mega Charizard, but obviously not in this gen. Alolan Exeggutor, can't get it. Dratini is the only one that I can get so far. There's Mega Ampharos. Ampharos we can get, but we can't get Mega, so unfortunately not. Kingdra, they are the only 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They are the only 7 Pokemon that are before Gen 3, but obviously a lot of them are regional and Megas. I just want to show you how easy it can be with different Pokemon. I can probably just take everything out with Troy. Like, that's not even an exaggeration. I feel like I could potentially just sweep his team, not sweep literally, but look how easy it is. It's just, it's new. There's no problem about it. I've still got Hypnosis. I keep forgetting I've got Hypnosis on Troy. And then we just stomp it. And then we just stomp it again. And there we go. That is how quickly we can defeat a rival with better Pokemon. Claire has 4 Pokemon. 3 Dragonairs at level 37. I mean, they've all got Dragon Breath anyway. Even the Kingdra has Dragon Breath. I do feel like we'll have to try this many, many, many times. Got 2 Dragonairs, both level 44. And one's called Drogon. I didn't realise Vhagar was a female. So obviously, my bad. Drogon's a dragon from Game of Thrones. It's Daenerys is like one of the 3 dragons. Vhagar is from House of the Dragon. Drogon's about brute force. The idea is to use Vhagar to like make their life a little living hell in a sense. So basically the plan is to Thunderwave them, lower their defense so much. I'm going to go straight in with a Slam. And we know that a Slam is half. It's obviously not even a full. Can I actually attack, please? Don't attack me. Don't paralyze me. That's not a very good thing to do. That is really not a very good thing to do. And now I want to see what a Twister does if I can make it there. I can't. So with Vhagar, I want to see what a Twister... A Twister is about the same damage, and it can cause flinching. But unfortunately, we got knocked out.
75 years later.
I'm not happy about this. I've gone all the way up to level 55. Hopefully with a Dragonite, we shouldn't have an issue. Now, we just Twister, and we get a one-shot. That's massive. That's what she said. Or what he said. I don't want to be, yeah. This is going really, 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 really well. We've got another curveball for you guys. I have changed the team up. They're all level 57 because Drogon was level 57. Obviously I did the whole randomizer thing. I would have cut that from the video. But the Pokemon that I was supposed to use, Stantler, Alanis, Ellie, Parasect, Drogon, the whole challenge has been to kind of like mimic the gym. I have chosen a type for each Elite Four member. The challenge within the challenge, we have now got to beat the Elite Four, each member with one single Pokemon. And that one single Pokemon has got to be the same type as what that Elite Four member is using. So why would my neighbour's dog start barking as soon as I start recording? Bark, 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 bark. Woof, woof. You can probably hear it, I'm so sorry. So for Will, we've got a Psychic Ice, well, an Ice Psychic Pokemon, Jinx. I nicknamed it Sylvia because obviously there's the whole controversy the controversy around them changing like the sprite colouring and everything. But the newer Jinx just looked like it had got loads of makeup on. And as a kid, me nonna Sylvia always used to say like, oh no, don't look at me, I haven't put my face on yet, meaning like a makeup. It's holding the Never Melt Ice just to increase its ice. The plan is to just put them all to sleep and then lick them. Because Lick's obviously ghost type. That's a bit creepy actually. Bug fighting, so for Bruno, we've got a Headbutt, Earthquake, Counter, and Mega Horn. I'm a bit worried about Koga because I've got Bite, Fly, Leech Life, and Confuse Ray. we're a physical attacker again. We have Umbreon. I nicknamed it Charlie because for some reason it just looked like an overgrown cat. And my grandparents, my granddad, they had a cat when I was a kid called Charlie. It was like a grey, black kind of cat. I'll try and find a picture of a similar cat. Charlie is a special attacker if I remember rightly. But I'm not too confident again about the moves. Last but not least, Drogon. No surprise there for Lance. When I'm going against Will, pretend that these other 4 Pokemon don't exist. So if I lose, if Will knocks out my Sylvia, I have to reset. Because it's basically like a whiteout. This is Will. Will has an Exatu. Oh, Will's got a Jinx as well. Wait. I think I've copied all of the Elite Four apart from Bruno. This is Will, as you can see. He's got an Exatu, Exeggutor, Slowbro, Jinx, and another flying bird. I didn't look at the speed as well. I think I'm fast. I think I'm very frail. I think I can't hit very well when it comes to physical. Yeah, perfect. I think I'm a little bit over level as well. And by a little bit, I mean a lot. Right, we're nearly 20 levels. Oh, okay, so you can put my Pokemon to sleep, but I can't put your Pokemon to sleep. Okay. Right, it's time to get that tongue out. That is disgusting. I think Body Slam's only working well there because obviously Jinx has a very bad physical defense. Slowbro I'm going to put to sleep because I don't want it to build up its defense everything. We'll lick it. That didn't really do much. I'm going to go with Ice Punch. And then I'll show you what a Body Slam is. See? Special defense has gone up, so I need to be careful because Ice Punch won't do much. I think he has potions as well. Another Xatu. Not a problem. Exeggutor. This should be... Yeah. There we go. There we go, that's the first Elite Four member done. And like I said, I am very, very, very incredibly over-leveled. So I might have misstaked that a little bit. Next up is Koga. Koga has a Ariados, a Venomoth, a Fortress, Muck, and a Crobat. Ariados is first. I'm just going to go with Fly. And that's probably a mistake. Oh, no, okay, never mind. That worked. Venomoth, I'm just going to Fly again. I feel like Fly might be great on most of them, except this one, which is what I was about to say. So I'm going to Confuse Ray it. I just don't want it to use Explosion. Bite's not very good. Spikes doesn't matter because we're not switching. And then if I go up now, it missed. The Protect missed. And we got a critical. Okay, perfect. I was hoping that if it was going to use Explosion, it would use it while we're in the air. Muck has got minimized, so if I confuse it and then I Fly again and it missed, well, it didn't miss, but Oakley Dokley. I can't remember if Bug type is strong against bugs. So if Bug type is strong against Poison, let's give it a try. It's not. I think it's the other way around. I think Poison is strong against Bug. We'll try Bite. Didn't really do much. We need to be careful. We're actually losing HP here. And then it's just the Crobat against the Crobat. I'm going to confuse them. Confuser is actually working really well at the minute. And he missed a wing attack. He hurt itself in confusion, and now I'm just going to bite its wings off. And it used a full restore. Never mind. And it flinched. I keep biting. I'm just thinking of... I don't know... Right, so spoiler for House of the Dragon if you've never seen it. But there's that episode... I think it's the last episode. Where Vhagar bites like the other dragon in half. That's what I just thought about my Crobat doing to his Crobat. Next up is Bruno. I am worried about Bruno a little bit. So he has a Hitmontop, a Hitmonlee, and a Hitmonchan. Onyx, Machamp. So, Earthquake, we've got Quick Attack. And then, you know, if it uses Dig now, I'm going to actually cry. I'm going for it. I was about to say, if it uses Dig, I've got Earthquake, so it doesn't matter. Hitmonchan, I'm going to try a Mega Horn. That was actually really good. That was Stab. And that Fire Punch wasn't even that bad. Get another Stab Mega Horn. I forgot we got Stab on it. And obviously the only fighting move we've got is Counter. I'm glad we used it. I don't know if Stab works with Counter, because obviously Counter's like a set specific damage and move. And that is the Machamp gone, and then it's just this one Onyx. We outspeed it, we 1-hit KO it, and that is Bruno. get out of the Elite Four. So obviously we've only got Feint Attack, we've only got Pursuit. Pursuit could be good if she's switching out, but I don't think that the AI switches. So like I said originally, the idea is just to confuse and then Quick Attack. This is her team. Umbreon, Vileplume, Murkrow, Gengar, and Houndoom. I think it was going to be the kind of match where I have to like figure out what to do and where. So I outspeed it. It hurts itself in confusion. I Feint Attack, and that does nothing. Oh my god. Quick Attack, that, oh my god. Oh, I don't have a strong move. I looked through my TM list as well, and I still don't have anything good. I didn't attach the berry either. Oh no. Oh no, oh no. Feint Attack's the only good move that I can use here, because obviously my accuracy is so bad, and I can't even switch out because obviously them the rules. And then I can't even Quick Attack. Yeah, I can't even Quick Attack because my accuracy is that bad. I didn't think it would be this hard. Guys, I need that berry. Not only is my moves atrociously bad, I am now paralyzed, which means that I'm slower. I don't think I'll do this. I mean, Feint Attack is hitting harder on Vileplume. I think. Oh, it's got Moonlight or Morning Sun, whatever it was, that healing move. Oh no. I think it was just the Umbreon that was. It just had a really high defense and special defense. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do this again.
75 years later.
Right, I'm leveling up. I'm not doing this. I'm not raging today. No. 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 Why did it just suddenly use Pursuit instead of Flamethrower? Oh my god, guys. I knew this was going to be a problem. Why did I pick Umbreon? One single move can ruin the whole thing. Because look, we're losing HP. The berry came in clutch, thankfully. And we've got friggin' paralyzed again. So even with 10 extra levels, the whole... She's got Moonlight. Oh my... And level 85. It's special defenses UI. Oh, okay, never mind. We actually admit... Oh, it's Gengar. I mean, Feint Attack won't miss. One hit KO. Okay. Thank you. You know, has anyone ever heard of that place called Karen's Diner? Where they're all horrible to you? I mean, I feel like that Karen belongs there because her Pokemon was just horrible to me. This is Lance's team. He has 3 Dragonite, a Gyarados, a Charizard, and an Aerodactyl. And after Karen, anything's possible, surely. So I'm going to go for a... I don't actually know what to go for. We're going to go with Dragon Breath. And we've got the Paralysis. That's perfect. And it's got... So we're going to use Waterfall. That was probably a mistake. We're going to Wing Attack. Wing Attack's good because obviously we're physical. So I'm going to go for Ice Punch. And it uses Rock Slide, so I'm kind of a little bit scared now. It missed the second one. We managed to get the win on that one. And then we go for another Ice Punch, and it's a 1-hit KO. And we go for another Ice Punch, and it's a 1-hit KO. And now he's got a Charizard that isn't a Dragon type. So I'm going to go for a Waterfall. And he got a critical. And we level up. And now it's just this Dragonite and then Drogon. We're going to Ice Punch and we got the win. I was going to actually rage so much if I lost that then. That is it. That is the Elite Four done. Technically we've beat the challenge. But I don't know what the title of this video is. So obviously Mimic and Copycat are both actual moves. So I don't want to advertise it as like the Mimic challenge because I don't want people to like, oh, the Copycat challenge, because I don't want people to think like, oh, is only using the move Mimic or the move Copycat. I can beat Pokemon Gold whilst only using the same type that the Elite Four and gym members are using. But it's not done yet. Currently 27 minutes into Kanto. To help me get along with it, I've been listening to music obviously. That music I've been listening to, the current song is by Eric DOA and then Breakance. This song is called Things You Do To Me. I don't see this being a problem, but obviously it's Pikachu. It's probably going to use an electric type, so we'll put in Dario. It uses Charm. We'll go for Earthquake. And 1-hit KO. No surprise there. Venusaur, I'm going to switch him for Sylvia. Because it's Psychic Ice, so I feel like Ice Punch should be, yeah, Oko. Charizard, I'm going to go back to Drogon because it's got Waterfall. I use wing attack for some reason because I'm button mashing. There we go. That's Charizard. Blastoise, I don't actually have anything decent for this. We'll go with Charlie. I'm going to confuse it. And then we'll just quick attack. That wasn't anything. And by anything, much. So it's clear Charlie's not the Pokemon to use. So I'm going to wait till its confusion runs out and then do it again and then switch. Or at this point, I might as well just continue. It's getting stabbed. There we go. And Snorlax. So I was going to say thick fat, but it doesn't have thick fat because Gen 2 doesn't have abilities. Special defense has just gone way up. That's unfortunate. That might have just messed things up a little bit. But what I was trying to say was, obviously, oh, he's got a Snore. I've just given it, oh my god. I'm just going to stay in because we've got enough Pokemon, I guess. But no, what I was going to say was obviously the fire and ice moves aren't very good against thick fat Pokemon later on in the gens, but obviously they don't have thick fat in this. I'm going to confuse it. And I'm going to Leech Life. One time Leech Life actually came in handy. And then next up is just a plain old Espeon. And I'm going to confuse it again. And it's going to knock us out. Oh, it's not going to knock us out. Leech Life. Not really much use there. Bite. We've got Bite. I forgot. And we get a flinch. And we actually, I was going to say, we've barely used Alanis virtually at all. And with Alanis, we get the final Pokemon. And with that, we defeat Red. The challenge is done. Can we beat Johto whilst only using the gym and the Elite Four types Pokemon? Yes, we can. I might do this again. Hello, Future Aaron just jumping in. And by Future Aaron, I mean like 3 weeks later. So, spoiler alert, I have done this again. I've done it in Pokemon Red. Had so much fun with it. I've unfortunately got so much editing to do at the minute. I do plan on doing this in Diamond and Pearl. So if you watch my future videos, you'll see that I would have attempted to do a Soul Silver run. Didn't work out. Go follow me on Twitch. I should be streaming at this point. I will catch you all in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye now. Bye! No, bye-bye.